Hello, hello, my dear audience. Christina here, your host today. And today is a special episode of KSM Podcast, Growing Business Online with Christina. And I'm so excited today to have my special guest speaker for the second time, Dr. Irina Webster. Dr. Irina, welcome to our show today.
Oh, my pleasure, Christina. I'm really excited to be with you and talk to your audience and yourself again. So, yes,
Yeah,
I'm
and I'm
ready.
so happy to have you, as a healer, as a medical doctor. You are in Australia. So what is a special episode? Today we're going to talk about your newest book.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
just
My
before we
book.
start, just a little bit introduce yourself a little bit, and then we can
Mm.
continuously move into our conversation and talk about your amazing book.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is the book you can see, remote viewing. The title is Remote Viewing, Bridging Science, Intuition and Healing that I published I just have it for the second week. Like I have it in my hands. So it's how recent it is. It's just maybe 2 weeks old. This book published 2 weeks ago. And myself, I'm a medical doctor by background, and I spent many years working as a conventional medical doctor. And I worked in 2 countries. I worked in Russia, the country where I born and come from, and I also worked as a medical doctor in Australia, the country where I live now for more than 20 years. I've been living in Australia, and I am an Australian now. So, what motivated me to write this book, Remote Viewing? But it is actually what I do, and what my interests are, and have been for many, many years. I've been interested in intuition, intuitive connectedness, energy. It's like energy that runs through our body and interconnects us all. We are all interconnected through energy. Um, and I started being interested, curious about intuitive interconnectedness between people when I was still in Russia, when I was a junior medical doctor. It was in the early 90s. I graduated medicine in 93, and then I did my specialization. I was a doctor specialist in immunology, so I did my specialization training in Russia, still in immunology, and I was always interested. I felt that there is something more about humans than just the physical. And the reason why people get sick is much deeper than something they ate. So much deeper, and I felt that. And when I was doing my specialization in immunology, I discovered newly found medical science at the moment. It's called psychoneuroimmunology. It's not new now. Many people know what it is, psychoneuroimmunology. So psyche means psyche consciousness, neuro is for nervous system, and immunology is for immune response from the body, how our body, physical body, respond to psyche, what we feel and what we think. And this was new in the 90s. And this is what I discovered when I was doing my specialization training. And when I did this specialization, I also connected to many other medical professionals, like other doctors, and they were also interested in this newly found science, psychoneuroimmunology, and we created a group, informal group, and we practiced sensing energy, sensing intuitively, sensing energy using our hands on ourselves and our patients and on each other. This is what we did. How you can intuitively, using your hands, understand what's going on inside the body. And we just practiced it out of curiosity. But a word spread about our group that these doctors doing something very interesting. They're trying to sense diagnosis. Rather than take people through the medical tests, they sense it. Wow, something totally not conventional. And a word spread, and we had two visitors. Once, like we had two visitors, two men came to visit us, and these two men, they were former members of remote viewing group back in Russia, like like it was in the 70s, like during Cold War era. Like if anybody knows the history, you know what Cold War era is. It was 60s, 70s, 80s, maybe in early 90s. You can check it in history books. But there was remote viewing groups in Russia, and so was in America remote viewing groups, people who use their mind or used telepathy to connect to the other countries and see what's going on there. So these two men, they were members from this group. And also I need to say that members of these remote viewing groups in Russia and in America, they were all scientists. They were not some sort of random airy-fairy people. There was no airy-fairy people in these groups. These groups were full of physicists, mathematicians, all sort of scientists, maybe even doctors, biologists, astronomers. So these people, they shared with us their techniques they used to see things distantly. Like they were in Russia, they saw things, what happens in America, and Americans did the same in Russia, on Russian people. And then when these people shared their techniques, out how they did it, connected to see things in America, in another continent. And I was surprised to find that the technique that they used to connect to American geographic locations, whatever they looked at in America, they were exactly the same that we doctors used to connect to the bodies. So when I connect to somebody's body or even to my own body to see, but what's wrong with me? Or to see
And you
when I
shared
choose,
in your no, in our first podcast, the first
yeah,
episode, you shared how did you healed yourself using that
yeah.
techniques.
Yeah, and then later on, so this is my first introduction to remote viewing, and this first experience totally redirected the way my consciousness work and my path in life. Totally changed my mentality from physical into energetic. That physical is just an illusion, physical. Because energetically, when you connect to the same things and look at the same things energetically, it's a different story. And energetically, it's what's the truth. What's true is the energetic. What is beyond what we see on the physical level. So truth is always connected to energy. But later on, yes, it's how it shaped me. Um, uh, and then I migrated to Australia later on. So how my story goes, and I passed all the medical tests here in Australia to be able to practice conventional medicine in Australia, and I did. I passed all the tests, and I practiced as a conventional medical doctor at the Canberra Hospital. Canberra is the capital of Australia. And when I was working at the Canberra Hospital as a conventional medical doctor, I became ill Yes, it's true. I was a very busy doctor, but I developed an illness, a quite serious illness, and I was sent to have surgery for this particular illness. But yes, I healed myself. I felt, I heard this inner voice that came from my body. And listening to your inner voice, people don't understand what is inner voice, intuitive voice is, and how to listen. But you need to tune into your body. You need to feel it, what's inside the body. It's not outside of yourself. It's like comes from the middle part of your body, not even from the head. It's like from the like your body speaks to you. But it's basically the same with remote viewing techniques, like when you have to tune into somebody or an object because you can remote view anything. It is the same things, like listening to your inner voice, you have to be tuned into yourself rather than tune into the external objects. And I healed myself. Yes, absolutely. I healed myself by connecting to my own body, by sensing this subtle energy and scanning my body like an X-ray vision. And remote viewing can help you to tune into your body, feel energetically your body, your muscles, your bones, your organs. You can feel it using remote viewing and understand what's wrong and release all the energetic blockages from your body. And remote viewing is here to help. So, intuitively listening to yourself or connecting yourself intuitively is very similar to remote viewing. The same way you connect to yourself, it is the same way you will connect to an object which is somewhere far away in another country. You use telepathy. It is called telepathy. Telepathy is transferring your consciousness in time, space, and distance. So telepathy is what the principle of remote viewing. And telepathy is a principle of tuning into yourself and listening to your intuition. Because intuition, it's not something you can touch. It's not something physical to hold on. And you can't see it with the naked eye. You can see it with inner eye, but you can't see it with the naked eye.
And Dr. Irina, does that mean that we need some very calm space to sit down and be with
Yeah,
ourselves? Because in the other way,
absolutely.
we don't have time to find a way to listen our inner from inner
Yeah.
self.
Yes, thank you, Christina. This is something you mentioned very important, and one of the key points in remote viewing. Key points, like what is the most important in remote viewing and intuitive connectedness to yourself, to listen to your intuition, is calm mind. Having calm mind and detachment from the physical problems. So calm mind, totally, it's like an empty vessel, creating like empty vessel inside you, totally releasing all the thought, or it's called brain chatter. Buddhists called it monkey mind. Monkey, because it's always chap, 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 chap. All of it rubbish. All of it rubbish. You have to release it all. And your head should be like empty vessel, probably the best description of the state you have to experience to actually start remote viewing. And this is what blocking people usually from remote viewing, why people say I can't do remote viewing or I can't listen to my intuition, because they are full of brain chatter, monkey mind.
And it looks like sometimes when many of us have experience when you go to sleep and you
Yeah.
wanted to go and people say, okay, I couldn't sleep because you have many thoughts. To the end of the day, go to your bed and just think about things. And all night people just have
Yeah.
problem with dream, with
Yeah.
to sleep, And this is
This is
something what you
very,
need to
yeah.
train. I mean, in that way to be calm,
Yeah.
and when you go to sleep, just to release your brain.
Absolutely. And it's another important point you mentioned here, Christina, that difficulty sleeping is a very big problems nowadays, really big. And the reason why people can't sleep, but because they're full. They're full and they can't release this brain chatter, which is basically like a rubbish bin.
This
They're
is so
full.
true. Yes,
Yeah,
I
it's
agree
like
with you.
you can call it rubbish bin because all these thoughts that stop people from sleeping, it's just rubbish. It's you don't need them. All these thoughts, they are totally useless, needless, and they don't solve anything. And they stop you from dreaming, from experiencing um, intuitive dreams, lucid dreaming. You can do a lot of remote viewing, actually. Some people can. I have experienced many times myself. You can experience them through dreams. And in dreams, you can also visit places, you can see things, what you can't see using your logic mind and wakeful state. You can't see it, but in the dream, you can. In the dream, you can see something, what is possible for you, like it's maybe what future the divine wants from you, something to create in the future, maybe better health, better relationships, maybe a better business for yourself. So you can foresee it in the dream. Dreams can show you that, the way. And it's like remote viewing in the dreams. But it only happens when you empty your head. So before you go to sleep, you really need to make sure that your head is empty from all these toxic thoughts.
And,
You need to
when
become
people do
yourself.
meditation, like a deep breath,
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
just to clean your mind,
Meditation. Yeah, absolutely. Meditation, like what I use all like, and it's helping me connecting to my subtle body energy. So subtle body energy that runs through our body continuously. Everybody has subtle energy because your body, my body, everybody's body is just energy. If you break down physical tissue of your body into the smallest particles, eventually you will get energy like
and
molecules, then molecules you can break down into atoms, and atoms can be broken down into energy. So your body is energy. And it's what I do. Meditation is sensing my energy. So it requires you totally switch off your logic mind, like logic mind like doesn't exist, and connect to your intuitive mind, or it's called subconscious, unconscious mind, and feel this energy that runs through your body. And this energy interconnects us all. We are all interconnected. Therefore, remote viewing is possible. It's actually proven by science now, remote viewing, because energetically, if you go into the energy field, we are one. In the energy field, we are one. We are all interconnected through this energy. We are all one.
and can you share with us about the book, how people can use it, what are
Yeah.
benefits of the book, and how they can practice it? What is the core,
Yeah.
for, as you said, that every
Mm.
single person can do
Yeah.
remote
Yeah.
viewing,
Yeah. This is
and
what
how can help to heal
Mhm.
ourselves, just like in
Yeah.
a short in
Yeah,
short answers, but just to be much more
yeah,
closer to our audience to understand and connect
yeah.
with you, Dr. Irina, just to help them or
Okay.
just have session to experience remote viewing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, in this book, I described some strategies that how people can use remote viewing in daily life. So I not really interested in all this like remote viewing, like very complicated, very sophisticated that normal people can't understand. No, I described techniques and strategies how remote viewing can be used for healing, decision making. Um, Something you can foresee before you go to a place, for example, uh, like traveling. Like I want to go to Italy and I want to stay somewhere. And it is possible to connect to the place where you want to stay and see if this place is actually energetically compatible with my own energy. Or a hotel, like you are choosing a place to stay somewhere, maybe like in a foreign country, and you need to choose a hotel. You actually can remotely connect to the specific hotel maybe you saw on internet somewhere, and you have doubts, should I stay in this hotel or another hotel? But you can distantly connect to the hotels you want to stay and feel if my energy, the energy that runs through my body, is really compatible with the energy in this hotel or with the energy in this geographic location. Because there is nothing right or wrong in life. Nothing. There is no bad or good, but there is something what you align with. Energetic alignment. It's not about that the place is bad or good, but am I aligned with it? My energy aligned with this place where I want to go or this hotel I want to stay. So this is like just an example. Another example, so food. You can use remote viewing on choosing food that is good for you or not good for you. Because as you know, nowadays, many people experience problems with food, like food allergies or food intolerance. And people say, this food disagree with me. But they chose actually the food. Maybe dietitian recommended to them. Doctors told, you eat this food. And they actually, when they look at the label, like hold the label, like a food, like in their hand, and read the label, what is written. On the label, it's all good ingredients. So they buy this food and eat this food, but then still having allergies or some health problems because they ate this food. It means that what is physical, we can't rely on this anymore. We can't rely on somebody who calls themselves a specialist. Specialist can give you advice according to the textbook, but it may not compatible with your energy. It may not align with the energy that you have. So it doesn't matter what kind of advice they give you. You can still have problems with the food you eat. And this is what I experienced with my clients and my patients because I was an immunologist. I am qualified immunologist, so I worked with patients who have allergies and immune system problems. So this is what I saw with my actually naked eyes that the problems people experience. So when you you can connect to this food distantly, you can actually sense the energy that inside the food. You can really sense if the energy in this food compatible with my own energy. And it doesn't matter, it can be an apple. It can be a salad, it can be meat or anything. What kind of food doesn't matter. But if the energy in this apple or meat or fish or bread is compatible with my own energy, this is another matter. And this is conventional, physical, conventional medicine. They can't even comprehend yet. Therefore, they give you advice according to the textbook, but it's not intuitively true for you. And this is where remote viewing can help us. And this would be true for you.
Interesting. And this is a way how we can heal ourselves.
That's right.
Also because we, in our global world, in online space
Mm,
specifically, for example, I sit down many
yeah,
hours in front of computer, and people
that's
just,
right.
and as I do a podcast or coaching,
Yeah,
whatever, and also there are many people in the world who are sitting down in front of computer, and we,
yeah,
on many times, we don't have time to think about our health.
yeah.
So, and in
Health.
the other way, how can have two questions: remote viewing in terms to heal. You mentioned about
Yeah,
the food, but also there are many
yeah,
other things. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
angles, how I can say it, and also the other one I wanted to tell for our audience about
Mm,
clients, how people can
yeah,
connect,
clients.
entrepreneurs.
That's right. Entrepreneurs, business people can actually use remote viewing to view their ideal clients even before clients come to them. And the same way, like actually, when we talked about health, I forgot to mention that it's not you can use remote viewing not just on food, but when you need to choose, say, a specialist or a doctor or a health professionals like maybe a psychologist, who do I go to? You can use remote viewing on looking at people distantly and feel if the energy of this doctor align with my energy. Because it doesn't matter what title they have. They may have titles, I am professor of medicine, top of the world, but he may will not give you a good advice, which is good for you, totally incompatible with your needs and who you are. So, how to choose someone who is compatible with my energy? Remote viewing. The same, like you mentioned about business people, business owners. You can use remote viewing on finding perfect or ideal clients who are compatible with what you're offering to them, like what your offer and what is your energy.
And you have also training about it, I mean, to help
That's right.
entrepreneurs to train that and experience
Yeah,
that.
that we have some exercises. Yeah. So in this book, I actually also have described lots of techniques how you can connect to people, how you connect to objects, anything, how you connect to organs, how you connect to any sort of professionals or organizations, how to distantly see their energy. And like I said, using remote viewing made me realize, and everybody feels the same when they start practicing remote viewing, that there is nothing like right or wrong. There is nothing right or wrong or bad or good. There is no good or bad. But there is what you are compatible with, what you align with. So the most important, even finding clients, is energetic alignment. If you start connecting to clients who are energetically different, they may be good clients. They have money to spend on your services, but if they are not aligned with your energy, they are not your ideal clients. They will never actually become attracted to you. But there are
It's
people
very
who are.
interesting, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but there are people who are aligned with your energy. But this is also, um, give us a clue, important clue, that first of all, we need to understand, but what's the energy in me? What's my vibrations? How I energetically vibrate? Because if you don't know who am I, how can you attract somebody if you have no idea who you are? You have to know who you are, and who you are, it's energetic truth.
That's
It's
so
not
true.
just to say all these conventional labels. It's what people put conventional labels on themselves, who they are. I'm a professor. I am a doctor. I am somebody,
But this is only
entrepreneur.
title. We are so
Title. It's
different. It's a
labels.
title. It's not like
Yeah.
you need to
Yeah.
be who you are as your body, as a human being, and
Yeah.
also who you are inside of you,
Inside,
energetically.
energetically. Yeah. So yes, you can say that you are entrepreneurs, but what is important? What's energy in you?
And also, we couldn't work with everyone. As I said
That's
many
right.
times, we need
Yeah.
for my clients to
Yeah.
be at the same frequency. This is so
Yes, that's right.
important, like
Align. We have to be
align
aligned.
with the same energy.
Yeah, align. It's like the power of attraction. Magnetic attraction happens only with somebody who is aligned or you can call it compatible, align. It's all the same words. Um, and it's not everybody like that. And it's not that they are wrong or right. It's just about compatibility and energetic compatibility.
Yeah, I agree
Not even
with you.
compatibility about titles or like a label that we put on ourselves, like entrepreneur, business owner, doctor, teacher, whoever it is, but who you energetically are.
Who you truly are.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. What's
And
inside you.
yes,
So,
and we are different, unique. Every single person in this
absolutely,
world is unique with
that's right.
unique energy. I mean,
Yeah, we need to understand and appreciate our own uniqueness first, to be able to understand and appreciate uniqueness in others.
you know, and to
But
respect. If
you
we
come
don't
first.
respect and understand ourselves and who we really
That's right.
are, as you mentioned, how we could or can understand other people in front of
That's
us.
right. What I have realized from like remote viewing and all these intuitive practices that I do, like medical intuition, that I've been doing for many, many years, um, that your own understanding, know yourself, should come first. People try to become like I run courses like medical intuition courses, remote viewing courses, train people to become practitioners. But I always say to them, you have to know yourself first, understand your own energy first. People who try to understand others and don't understand themselves, they won't go very far. They can't.
And Dr. Irina, can you share with us about launching your book and how
Yeah.
listeners can get that book, how they can
Yeah.
find and where they can buy it, or just share
Yes.
with us.
Yes, yes, yes. Like I said, this book is quite new. It's only for
And congratulations, I'm so happy
yeah, yeah, yeah.
to
My
to
publisher sent it to me like a
for
few
your
weeks
book.
ago. Yeah, new book, my new baby, and I'm doing official book launch on internet, like via Facebook Live and also YouTube Live. Facebook and YouTube will be translating like simultaneously my book launch. It will be on 15th of May. Time is Australian time, Queensland time. It will be 6 p.m. On 15th of May, time Brisbane. Brisbane is the capital of Queensland in Australia. It's where I live. So, and to get the book, you can get it on Amazon, like Kindle version or like any Amazon version. And also I can put some links to how to get my book through me also. And
You have also hard copy for people who wanted to
hard
buy
copy,
hard
yeah,
copy.
hard copy or electronic copy, it's all available through Amazon and through me, through my website. So I can give you a link, and if you want to uh, share with your listeners,
Yeah,
you're
we'll put
welcome.
all information
Mm.
about book launch, and this
Book launch,
podcast
yeah,
will be also live. We're going to do
yeah,
recording today,
yeah,
but also is going to be live before your book launch, so people can you can share it. We will share this so people can
yeah,
hear
and
more about your book and launching.
yeah. Yeah, welcome everybody attending my book launch. I will be giving some free gifts, like free reports, which are quite different maybe from the book, but something will be from the book, but not everything. So free gifts, free reports about how to use remote viewing in your daily life or how just to start. For most people, what's important to them, how to start. It's what questions I ask all the time. But how can I start because I am totally beginner? So I will be giving free reports. But in the book also, like books is I target people like beginners, and I try to make book understandable for just normal person, just not somebody
And
sophisticated.
when you go to that book, so people can listeners can come to you and
Yeah,
you can get some session or just
yeah,
to be with them
uh,
in terms to you how to use book and how to practice it. I
yeah.
mean, it's like
Yeah,
a
Aram.
support for your classes, for your for your
Yeah,
sessions. I mean,
absolutely. So on Facebook, I have a free remote viewing group. Like, if you want to start from something, you can join this free. It's called Remote Viewing Explorers. Remote Viewing Explorers group. I just actually started since I got the book. I started a new Facebook group, and then. You can subscribe to my like free lists, like where I give some updates and some free information. So I give a lot of things for free. I have YouTube channel. You can go to. I have account on Facebook, Instagram, where you can see just basic
on
things.
LinkedIn also, I mean, you are on
LinkedIn,
LinkedIn.
yeah, yeah. I post a lot on LinkedIn. If
And
somebody
do you
on
have your
LinkedIn.
website? And I think that yes.
Absolutely. Yes, I have websites. So if you want to join for free, you can just sign up through my website
It's
and we will start.
irinawebster.com, I mean. You,
IrinaWebster.com. Yeah, yeah. IrinaWebster.com. If you just search me and you can sign up for free and you start receiving some information. If I do some courses, I continuously do courses.
and also
Remote.
when people go to your YouTube channel can you share with us what is the name of your YouTube channel? I will put
It's
all
also
information, but people
Irina
wanted to
Webster.
listen it. It's easier for
Yeah, I
them
can put
to,
yeah, I can put the link below. Like
yeah,
I can send you the link below, but also it will be on my name, Irina Webster. So if you even go to
go to the
YouTube,
YouTube. You can
it's Irina
type
Webster. I
Irina
put
Webster and you can find
yeah,
Dr. Irina, all her videos and intro and
yeah,
techniques and everything what she does.
yeah. So my channel, it's Irina Webster would be. I keep it everything on my name, so keep it simple. Um, and where I post all my intuitive videos.
And Dr. Irina, do you wanted to share something? You know, we shared a lot today about your book,
Yeah.
about maybe have some message for our listeners before launching your book, whatever you wanted to maybe just for the our before we ramp up our
Yes.
conversation today, our show today.
Mm. Well, absolutely. So, to be congruent and aligned with our topic of remote viewing, I want to give you some like recommendation or message. Look after your mind and keep the calm mind inside. Calmness inside is the most important quality and what improve your life immensely. Having calm mind inside, calmness inside. And it's not about happy mind. The society force us to have happy mind. But happy, it's like happy, 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 but crying inside. It's what most people feel when they practice happy mind. What's really important is calmness inside. So stay calm, and it should be genuine, it should be honest. Calmness inside.
And don't forget, May 15, 6
Yeah,
p.m. Brisbane time, for all of
yeah,
you who live in New Zealand, Australia, how I can say Asia,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
overseas, Japan, and
yeah,
all those
yeah,
countries. Just connect with us, connect with Dr. Irina,
yeah,
and you will have a
yeah,
lot of benefit to connect with Dr. Irina, and she can help you a lot to
yeah.
transform your life and your business and your health and everything.
Thank you, Christina. Yeah, and all starts from calmness inside. Everything starts from calmness inside.
Thank you again. Wish you a lot of
Thank
success with
you.
your book and see you very soon after book launching to talk about how
Yes,
it was there.
my
Thank you.
pleasure.
And I really enjoy our show today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Irina, for joining. Have a lovely day and bye for
You
now.
too. Bye.
Bye.